The rain rolled across the city like a gray curtain, swallowing lights, muting sounds, and blurring the world into something cold and unfamiliar. It was the kind of night that made even brave people hurry home. But Marcus Reed, a 36-year-old black single father, wasn't someone who got to hurry home. Not anymore. His shift at the delivery warehouse had gone long again. The manager kept cutting workers but adding hours, because that's how life worked for people like Marcus. More work, less pay, and a smile expected on top. His boots felt like lead, his shoulders ached, and his eyelids burned with exhaustion. But he still drove carefully in his old navy blue SUV, because his 12-year-old son, Jaden, was waiting at home. Jaden never said it, but Marcus knew the boy waited by the window every night until he saw headlights. The windshield wipers dragged across the glass with a tired rhythm. "Almost home," Marcus whispered. But home was still 20 minutes away when he saw something he couldn't ignore. A figure on the shoulder of the highway. A girl, young, soaking, standing beside a suitcase and a broken streetlight that flickered like a dying heartbeat. Marcus slowed. His instincts screamed warnings. Don't stop. Not at night. Not for a young white girl alone. Not when one wrong accusation could destroy your entire life. But then she lifted her head. Her face was pale, eyes wide and red from crying. Her clothes weren't suited for the storm. Her long blonde hair stuck to her forehead. This wasn't a girl waiting for a ride. This was a girl running from something. Marcus pulled over. He opened the window a little, enough to talk, keeping both hands visible. "You all right?" he called gently. "You look cold. You hurt." She hugged herself, shivering violently. I'm fine. I need to get somewhere else." Her voice was trembling so badly it barely held shape. Marcus scanned the empty road, the shadows, the tree line. "Where you headed?" "I don't know." "Away, away." That word held 1,000 stories, none of them good. Lightning split the sky, and she flinched hard. Marcus stepped out slowly, palms up. "I'm not here to scare you. Name's Marcus. I got a son at home your age. Let me help call someone. Family, friend." She shook her head quickly. "No, no police, no parents, nobody." The fear in her eyes wasn't the fear of a girl who got lost. It was the fear of someone being hunted. Marcus exhaled slowly. "Look, you can sit in the truck while we figure something out." "You're freezing." She hesitated, then nodded. He helped her lift the suitcase into the back. It was heavy, too heavy for someone who left home willingly. She climbed into the passenger seat, hugging her knees to her chest. The interior lights revealed more than she probably wanted him to see. Bruises on her wrists, faint but real. Not old, not accidental. "What's your name?" Marcus asked. "Emma," she whispered. The windshield fogged from her shaking breaths. Marcus handed her a dry jacket from the back seat. "Put this on." She pulled it around her like a shield. "Thank you," she said, voice cracking. Marcus drove back onto the road, not speaking yet. When kids were scared, silence worked better than questions. But Emma spoke first. "You don't have to help me, you know. I don't want to cause trouble." Marcus let out a quiet breath. Trouble finds people whether they want it or not. Emma stared at him, like the sentence meant more than he intended. Minutes passed with only the sound of rain. Then Marcus asked calmly, "Are you running from someone?" Emma stiffened. "Yes." "Is it dangerous if you go back?" Her throat bobbed. "Yes." He didn't ask more. "Not yet." His phone buzzed. A text from Jaden. "Dad, you okay? Storm bad." Marcus typed quickly. "At a red light. On the way. 15 minutes." Emma watched him. "You have a son." "Yeah. Smart kid. Good heart." He paused. "He's all I've got." Emma turned her face toward the window. "Must be nice, having someone who cares." The sadness in her voice felt old. Heavy, like she'd carried it for years. Marcus didn't push. But then headlights appeared behind them. Bright, aggressive, too close. Emma noticed instantly. No, 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 no. Her panic shot up like fire. "That car, that's him." Marcus's chest tightened. "Him who?" "My stepfather. He tracked my phone before I threw it away. He must have seen me on the road." The car accelerated, closing in. Marcus moved to the right lane. The car followed, matching every turn, every speed change. Emma curled into the seat, breathing sharp and broken. "He's going to take me back. You don't understand. He'll hurt me." Tears streamed down her face. "He always hurts me." Marcus's jaw clenched. You're safe in this car. He's not touching you. But the other car surged forward, swerving toward them like trying to force Marcus off the road. Marcus tightened his grip on the wheel. Hold on. He hit the gas. The SUV roared forward, tires spraying water across the asphalt. Emma's nails dug into the seat as she held on. The headlights behind them stayed close, too close. Another swerve, another attempt to push them. Emma cried out, "Please don't let him catch me. Please." Marcus wasn't the kind of man who picked fights. But he also wasn't the kind of man who ran away when someone needed him. He braked hard, letting the other car overshoot, then cut into a side road leading into an industrial area. The pursuing car shot past before stopping to turn around. Marcus didn't wait. He turned sharply behind an old closed warehouse and killed the lights. The dark swallowed them whole. For long seconds, neither of them breathed. The other car rushed past on the main road. Then again slower, but it didn't turn into the side street. Finally, silence. Emma sobbed quietly, covering her face. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." "Hey," Marcus said softly, "don't apologize. You didn't do anything wrong." But Emma shook her head violently. "You should have just left me there. Now he's after you too." Marcus leaned back in the seat, chest rising and falling slowly. "I've been tired for a long time, Emma. Tired of pretending bad things ain't happening in the world. I'm not letting someone hurt a kid in front of me." She stared at him through tears. "No one ever said that to me before." He gave her a sad smile. "Then those people failed you." When the roads felt safe again, Marcus drove slowly out of the industrial area. "Where do you want to go?" he asked. Emma wiped her face. "I don't know. I just know I can't go home." "You got relatives?" "No. Friends. Not real ones." "You still in school?" She nodded. Marcus thought for a moment. "I can't take you to my house. You're almost 18, but you're still a minor. Someone might misunderstand. And my son, he doesn't need danger knocking on the door." Emma nodded quickly. "I know. I don't want to cause problems. But I'm not leaving you alone," Marcus continued. "So here's what we'll do. There's a late-night diner near my neighborhood. Bright lights, people around, safe. You can warm up, eat, rest, and we can figure out your next move." Emma's shoulders relaxed just a little. "Okay." And after the diner, he added, "I know a woman who runs a youth shelter. She's strict, but she protects her girls like a lion. No one gets in without permission. Not even your stepfather." Emma swallowed hard. "Do you really think she'll take me?" "If you tell her the truth, yeah. She will." The rain lightened to a drizzle as they reached the diner. Neon lights buzzed against the dark sky. Marcus parked the car. "Come on, let's get you warm." Inside, the diner smelled like coffee and fried food. The waitress gave Marcus a tired smile. "Rough night, you have no idea." He ordered a hot chocolate for Emma and a coffee for himself. She wrapped both hands around the warm mug, eyes closing as the heat spread through her fingers. "Thank you," she whispered. Marcus nodded. "You're safe now." But as they sat there, something strange happened. Emma stiffened suddenly. Her eyes lifted over Marcus's shoulder. Her face drained of all color. Marcus turned slowly. There, standing outside the diner window, in the rain, with his hands pressed against the glass, was a tall man with cold, empty eyes. Emma's stepfather. He had found her again. And this time, he wasn't alone. Another shadowy figure stood behind him. Marcus stood up slowly as the man stared at him, with a smile that carried only one message. "You can't protect her." Emma grabbed Marcus's arm, voice trembling. "Please, don't let him take me." Marcus looked from the man to Emma, to the boy he had waiting at home, to the storm outside. Something inside him hardened. "You're not going anywhere with him," Marcus said. "I promise." There was something wrong, something off, something she hadn't said. He stepped inside and saw her sitting alone at a metal table near the back. The shelter was loud around her, kids playing, kitchen plates clattering, volunteers bustling, but Ava looked separated from it all. Like she was watching the world through a window. Her blonde hair was tied in a messy bun, her hoodie too big, her cheeks slightly swollen. 16 years old, but her eyes carried the exhaustion of someone far older. She looked up when Marcus approached. "You came back," she whispered. Marcus nodded, sitting across from her. "You okay?" She shrugged. "They say I can stay here 2 weeks. After that, foster placement." Her voice tightened. I don't want to go back. Back where? Ava kept her lips pressed together, like the words were trapped inside. Marcus exhaled slowly. Ava, somebody hurt you. She flinched. Even the word, hurt, made her body tense. Who was it? He asked gently. For a moment, she tried to act strong. He could see her build a wall inside herself, like she had learned to do it over and over again. But the wall cracked. Her voice cracked. My mom's boyfriend. She swallowed hard. He wasn't a good man. Marcus kept still. He didn't push. He just let her talk. He drinks. And when he's angry, he blames me for everything. Your car has problems. Ava's fault. Lost your keys. Ava's fault. Tears flooded her eyes. He used to yell. Then, he started hitting. Marcus's fists clenched under the table. Did your mother know? Ava gave a hollow laugh. She said he was stressed. That he didn't mean it. That I made things difficult. Her voice dropped. She chose him. Marcus felt a sharp pain in his chest, familiar, old pain. The pain of not being chosen. The pain Maya felt when her own mother left and never looked back. He understood Ava more than he expected. You're safe now, Marcus said quietly. Ava shook her head. You don't know him. He'll find me. He always finds me. As she spoke, lightning flashed through the windows, lighting up the room. It gave Marcus a glimpse of the real fear inside her. She wasn't exaggerating. She wasn't a dramatic teenager running away after a fight. She was someone escaping danger. Did you tell the shelter staff what he did? Marcus asked. They won't believe me, she whispered. He's charming. He lies so easily. She wiped her eyes. I sound crazy, don't I? No, Marcus said firmly. You sound scared, and you have every right to be. Ava's lips trembled. You're the only one who believes me. He didn't know what drove him to say the next words. Maybe the protective instinct inside him. Maybe the memory of being helpless once himself. You'll get through this. You're not alone. A slow tear rolled down her cheek. For the first time since he met her, she didn't look like she was going to shatter. She looked like she was starting to breathe. Just when she opened her mouth to speak, a loud knock echoed at the shelter's front entrance. Marcus turned. A tall man stood in the doorway, soaking wet, his jacket zipped up, his face tight with anger. His presence filled the room instantly. His eyes scanned the shelter, desperate, furious, hunting. Ava stopped breathing. Her whisper was barely audible. That's him. Marcus's blood turned cold. The man stepped inside, calling out loudly, I'm looking for my daughter. The shelter director rushed over. Sir, you can't just. She's 16, the man snapped. She ran away. I'm here to take her home. Ava shrank into her seat. Marcus moved his hand subtly across the table toward her, not touching, but shielding. A volunteer whispered something into the director's ear. The director approached the man cautiously. What's her name? Ava. And you are her father. His voice dripped with confidence and practiced innocence. Marcus's jaw tightened. He was lying. The director hesitated. You'll need documentation. The man scoffed. I didn't bring her birth certificate in the storm. I just want my daughter. Ava whispered, he's not my father. Before Marcus could react, the man's head snapped in their direction. His eyes locked onto Ava's terrified face. There you are. Ava's entire body shook. The man took a step forward, but Marcus stood up immediately, placing himself between them without a second thought. The man stared at Marcus, surprised. And who the hell are you? Marcus didn't blink. Someone who's not letting you near her. The man laughed in disbelief. You think she's safer with you? A stranger. She said she doesn't want to go with you, Marcus said. That's enough. Oh really? The man smirked. And you believe her? Teenagers lie. That's what they do. Ava whispered from behind Marcus, please, don't let him take me. The man's eyes narrowed. Step aside. Marcus didn't move. Shelter staff began to crowd around. The director spoke up, now more confident. Sir, until you provide proof of guardianship, you cannot take her. The man's face twisted with rage. You people are unbelievable. He stormed out, slamming the door so hard the entire room shook. Ava collapsed into her chair, sobbing into her hands. Marcus knelt beside her. He's gone. No, she cried. He'll come back. He won't give up. Marcus looked toward the door, then back at the girl shaking beside him. Something told him she was right. And for the first time since he met her, a chilling truth settled in Marcus's mind. If he didn't do something, Ava wouldn't survive this. And somehow, he had become the only person she trusted to keep her alive. The shelter placed extra security after the incident, but Ava barely slept that night. Every time a door opened, she flinched. Every footstep in the hallway made her curl into a ball under her blanket. Marcus stayed late, talking to the staff and giving his number in case anything happened. They weren't supposed to let him get this involved, but they also knew Ava trusted no one else. By morning, Marcus found himself picking up Maya from school with his mind spinning. He needed to work, he needed stability, he needed boundaries, but the image of Ava shaking in fear stuck in his mind. "Daddy," Maya asked from the back seat. "You're quiet, just thinking, baby, about the girl you helped." Marcus looked at her in the mirror. 11 years old but smart enough to read his mood like a book. "Yeah, is she okay?" He hesitated. "Not really." Maya frowned with concern. "Can we bring her cookies?" "I think cookies fix sad people." Marcus couldn't help but smile. "Maybe." He dropped Maya at home with a neighbor and drove back to the shelter. When he arrived, chaos was already unfolding. Police cars, ambulances, shelter staff crying on the sidewalk. Marcus's stomach dropped. He ran toward the building. "What happened? Where's Ava?" A paramedic stopped him. "Are you Marcus Cole?" "Yes. She asked for you. Follow me." His heart pounded as he rushed through the hallway. They pushed open a door to a small office. And there she was. Ava sat on a cot, blanket around her shoulders, eyes red and swollen. A female officer knelt beside her taking notes. "Ava," Marcus said softly. Her head snapped up. "You came." "Of course." He sat beside her. She immediately leaned into him, not like a daughter, not like a friend, but like someone drowning clinging to the only hand willing to pull her out. "What happened?" Marcus asked. Ava's voice barely made it out. "He broke in." Marcus froze. "He came in through the back window," Ava whispered. "He grabbed my arm and said he'd drag me out before anyone noticed." I screamed. "The staff came." He ran. Marcus closed his eyes, fury boiling inside him. "Did they catch him?" "No." Her voice quivered. "He said he'll come back. He said he'll kill me next time." Marcus inhaled sharply. The officer glanced at him. "We're issuing a restraining order, but men like him don't always follow rules," she admitted. Ava looked up at Marcus with trembling fear. "I don't want to die." "You're not going to," Marcus said firmly. "But what if he finds me again?" "He won't." "How do you know?" "Because I won't let him." Ava's eyes brimmed with tears. "I don't have anyone else." The officer interrupted gently. "Mr. Cole, she asked for you specifically. She trusts you. But you understand, legally, she can't stay with you without temporary foster approval." Marcus stood. "Then get me approved." The officer blinked. "You're serious?" "Yes. Becoming a temporary guardian is a long process." "I don't care." Ava grabbed his sleeve, desperate. "Please." The officer sighed. "We'll start emergency paperwork, but until it's processed, she must remain here." Ava's breath shook. "He'll come back." Marcus looked at the officer. "Then let me stay." "Mr. Cole, I'll stay outside the shelter. In my truck. All night. Every night. Until she's safe." Ava covered her face and cried, overwhelmed. The officer studied Marcus, then slowly nodded. "Okay." That night, Marcus parked his truck under the single flickering streetlight across from the shelter entrance. Rain poured again, hammering the roof of the truck until the sound felt like a drum beating above his head. He didn't sleep. Every shadow made him sit up. Every car made him tense. At 2 a.m., something shifted. A figure, tall, hooded, moving toward the back alley. Marcus's blood iced. It was him. Marcus flung open the truck door and ran, quiet but fast, heart pounding like thunder. He turned the corner and saw the man creeping toward the same back window Ava said he used before. "Hey!" Marcus yelled. The man froze. Then he ran. Marcus chased him, feet splashing through puddles, breath burning in his chest. The man darted between dumpsters, slipped behind a chain-link fence, and sprinted toward the street. Marcus was fast. Faster than he expected. He grabbed the man's sleeve, yanking him back. They crashed onto the wet concrete. The man swung wildly, cursing. "You think you can take her from me?" The man snarled. Marcus dodged the punch and shoved him down. The man reached into his jacket. A knife. Marcus's stomach dropped. He stumbled back as the man lunged. Marcus grabbed a metal pipe from the ground, reflex, instinct, survival, and blocked the swing. The knife clattered across the alley. The man slipped in the rain and Marcus pinned him down. I'm calling the police, Marcus growled. You're dead, the man hissed. When I'm done with you, all. Blue police lights suddenly flooded the alley. Officers rushed in, pulling the man away from Marcus and slamming cuffs onto his wrists. The man screamed, "She's mine. That little liar is mine." Marcus looked at him with disgust. She's no one's possession. The man was pushed into the police car. A moment later, the female officer from earlier approached Marcus. You saved her, she said. If you hadn't been here, I wasn't going to let him hurt her again. She nodded. We'll make sure he stays locked up this time. This should help her case. And your guardianship request. Marcus exhaled, exhaustion settling over him. Is she okay? She's inside. She heard the commotion and asked for you. Marcus's chest tightened with emotion. He walked back into the shelter. Ava rushed to him immediately, her blanket trailing behind her like a cape. You're okay, she cried. I was so scared. I thought. I'm fine, Marcus said quietly. He's gone. They arrested him. Ava collapsed into him, sobbing into his chest. I thought no one would ever protect me. Not my mom. Not anyone. Why do you care so much? Marcus rested his hand gently on the back of her head. Because someone should have protected you a long time ago. And because no child deserves to fight alone. She looked up at him, eyes swollen but hopeful. Does this mean I can stay with you and Maya? If you want to, Marcus said softly. Ava nodded quickly, crying harder. I want to. I want a family. Marcus felt something break open in his chest, something warm, something new. He wasn't replacing her parents. He was giving her something they never gave. Safety, belonging, love. Weeks later, Ava stood in Marcus's small kitchen beside Maya, helping her frost cupcakes. They laughed loudly, bumping shoulders playfully. The house smelled like vanilla and peace. Ava wasn't healed yet, not fully. Healing takes time. But she was safe. She was home. And every night, when she turned off her bedroom light, she whispered the same words before sleeping. Thank you, Marcus, for choosing me. He never heard it, but he felt it every day. Because sometimes the people we save are the ones who save us right back.